Spencer, my man, what you got going on, my friend? We are playing a stupid deck. This is 5-color, but I've changed it so much, it is unrecognizable at this point, and it is a strange journey. Let's put it this way. It's gonna be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure over here, you guys. We are going to have all sorts of crazy shit happening. I wish I went first because I'd be in a much better position, but already this is drawing way better. The mana base seems secure. We've got Flesh to Dust, I know. We've got other stuff. Wish I could have negated that, but these 1/1s are going to get it on me for a little while. But we'll probably be fine. What's the worst that can happen? We'll play that. We'll probably think twice, I hope. I don't want to have to negate or nullify this early, but we will. We kind of counter whatever the hell we want. We just have a ton of removal and stuff to work with. I will go ahead and negate that, though. That is for certain. Not happening on my watch. Go ahead and get in the yard with your bad self. I also could have naturalized that, and I should have, actually, now that I think about it. The negate would have been much better used a different day. Naturalize is just such a new addition to my life that I didn't even think about using it, but that would have been the play there for sure, because now I'm just sitting here nullifying this asshole and saying go. But naturalize would have been much better in that instance. I feel foolish. Hopefully I get to draw 2 cards with the inspiration here. Make me feel a lot better. This guy's down to 2 cards already, though. So I'm not too brokenhearted. I can also think twice, which would be interesting. That's a weird way to get there, but either way, I get 2 cards for 4 mana, so we'll see what happens. Then I have both think twices in the yard. This guy did not like what we did to him. Just replace that naturalized play, and then we would have had something actually going on. That guy is not a fan of what we did. So this deck has changed drastically, though. The mana base has undergone a Herculean revamp. And that's the thing that's really bothering me a lot about 5-color lately, is that we don't have... We have what we need to make it work, but for some reason it's not. I don't hate this. I mean, this guy plays first, though, which is really bad for this. This deck kind of wants to get out running. So it's a little disconcerting when you've got your opponent playing in early like that. You know, I could draw the negate, though. So I am going to go with the Crumbling Necropolis and then pass turn to our good friend Ipsilon. 2 negates. We've got the Voyage's End. I'm feeling okay. I mean, blue-black's an interesting combination. You can get a lot of weird stuff done nowadays with the blue-black. We'll play that for right now. I kind of wish Voyage's End was card draw, because I think we're going to have a lot more opportunities to draw cards during this match. It seems like this guy's going to be a little bit more thoughtful, a little bit slower of a player, so we'll have to see what we can do. If we have the naturalize in hand, we should never negate what we can naturalize. That's what we learned from the last one. We are just kind of stockpiling mana and sitting here. I believe we're sitting at 22 mana, which is kind of weird for me. I usually don't run decks with that kind of mana base, but we will see what happens here. This guy seems to be having a little bit of a mana problem, which is going to be amazing because the negates are just becoming sweeter. And we'll just sit here. I mean, I'm stockpiling. I've got counters open. I've got the negates in hand, reprisal as well, in case something crazy happens. But at 3 mana, I don't think there's much this guy can do. Not to mention the fact we have the Voyage's End, which I could use just to scry, depending on what he would play here. And he's not going to play anything. These are going to go fairly quickly. Not really going to showcase what this deck can do. But we're also on the mana for the Angelic Edict as far as the base is concerned, so that's interesting. That is pretty expensive, so I understand why you got rid of that. We also have the Flesh to Dust. The mana is showing up in a big way here that I really enjoy. I'm kind of leaning towards getting rid of that Flesh to Dust, even though we could cast it theoretically when we get up to that amount. We're just sitting here. I would love some card draw, to be honest with you, so I can kind of cycle through some stuff and see what we got going on. We can Voyage's End that guy, and that will allow us to scry, but I would want to wait on that. This is unfortunate. I think naturalize 4/5. I mean, we're not quite on the mana for that yet. We'll get rid of the one Angelic Edict. I just have so much removal where it won't get to the point of needing the Angelic Edict that I think maybe that's the course that I want to stay on here. But we'll have to see what our opponent can handle. See what happens here. This guy is the mastermind after all, so we might have to be a little careful. He is thinking quite a bit about his next move. I don't blame him. Life is confusing. What are you going to do in life, you guys? I don't know. I don't know. This guy's going to come on in, do one to me. I am fine with that. Most likely just going to think twice here. That's fine. Tap down 2 for the quick lean. I am going to Voyage's End the 1/1. And that way this quick lean is going to kill itself. That is a mana. I will go ahead and draw that. So I will put that on top because I'm going to think twice the mana. So I'll get something else anyway. Quick lean goes ahead and murders itself. That seemed to work out okay. This guy gets played again though, which is slightly regrettable, but who really cares? Think twice is going to give me that mana. And there she is. Play that, say go. That worked out all right. We're hanging out here. We've got everything kind of awake, ready to go. We can think twice from the yard and use 90% of our hand, so that's pretty cool. This is a weird deck. This 5-color that I have right now is very strange. I don't know exactly how I feel about it, but it's cool. I like the way it handles, the way it's drawing is really amazing. We'll just have to see what happens as far as our win cons and stuff, because we actually don't have any win cons in our hand yet. We just have a bunch of stall, but we are drawing. The weird thing is that I would still have this guy under control if he was laying lands and stuff, because we've had a lot of Shadowborn Demon. Okay. 4 card draw is going to be nice here, but the weird thing is that the Angelic Edict is sorcery speed, so we do have to be a little bit careful with that. This guy might be starting something now that he has 4 lands out there. He could start inspiring himself or something, but not this turn, because that thing does come into play tapped. I'm taking a lot of chip damage from this 1/1, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to go ahead and cast Inspiration on me. I like having the negates open. Makes me feel pretty good. I'm going to think twice. Okay. Interesting. 3, 4, 5. What's that? 6, that's 7. How many black sources do I have, though? 1. That's 2. I've got 3 black sources, so I need to find a couple more. I might have to get rid of a card anyway. I'm going to go ahead and Angelic Edict this 1/1. Just RFG that thing. Now we'll sit here. I've got the Reprisal in hand still. I can't really do anything, which kind of sucks. I'd much rather be casting Inspiration or something. This guy is making me discard a card, which is also kind of lame. I need some black sources, but I want to keep that island in hand anyway. We'll just hang out here for a while. We do have one of our win cons, or a win con in training, in our hands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the mana that we would need for Grizzlebrand, but you usually want to cast him out with the negate as well. So there's a good chance that I'm going to go ahead and use Inspiration here. Draw myself a couple cards. I'm going to... Is that my other black source? It's not my other black source, which is regrettable. I'll go ahead and use Think Twice. think I'm going to get rid of the reprisals. There doesn't seem to. There is my black source. So we're very slowly working our way up to that Grizzlebrand with negate open. Very conservatively edging our way into that scenario. This is a very controlling pile. It has pretty much every counter, every control spell that we can have in the game because it's open to every single color. Which is what makes it so interesting. I think, personally, that's what gives this deck a lot of its power. That's 8, that's 9, that's 10, but we have to wait a couple turns for that to happen. I might Tribute to Hunger one of these guys. At instep, I might Voyage's End the other one. Really depends on what happens here. Tribute to Hunger is a weird card to have in this deck, but it's just something that I wanted to play around with for a little while and see what we could get going. This guy's got his card draw going on here now. He's got his card draw hat on. I want to keep at least one reprisal. I'm going to Voyage's End this guy. I'm going to take the 2 here. Scry. I'll keep that on top because I might double Tribute to Hunger here then. Actually, let's see what this guy does to a Tribute to Hunger. Gonna get rid of the 2/2 sitting back, but okay. So I didn't take any damage from that. That was a weird turn. We're just kind of waiting for that Grizzlebrand to come out. He is going to draw me 7 cards as well, which is always nice. There's that. Almost there. We'll wait. We've got the Tribute to Hunger that we can play. We're going to gain 1 life from that. Just kind of hanging out. Naturalize is going to be the card we get rid of when he plays this other 2/1, which I assume is going to be the play here. But I don't know. He could have something to do now. He's got a lot of mana going on. Tribute to Hunger, that guy. So go ahead and kill the 2/1. This guy's got things to think about now. No, he doesn't. On second thought. Naturalize is the card we get rid of. This is my first time playing this deck. It's very strange. I don't know about this. We're finally going to play this Grizzlebrand. We can't really allow Grizzlebrand to get countered or get killed or anything like that, so we do have to kind of play him conservatively, which is what we did. And we have that negate open. Grizzlebrand's also going to be drawing us 7 cards. And that should start the win train. I mean, Obelisk should be in there somewhere. Okay. Obelisk is in there. We didn't have the double blue open, right? God damn it. So that's the really nice thing about this deck, is that it allows you to start doing stuff like that. I will go ahead and reprise this then. Savage Lands is going to be the card that we get rid of, I believe. Yeah, I don't think we need that. We have a lot of gold cards out there. Obelisk will come down this turn. Probably cap off this 2/1. There's a lot of bad stuff that our opponent could do to us now, so... I'll play this guy, actually. I'll play this. Now we have our counters open. That's really what we should leave open at all times when we play that 7/7. I wasn't thinking. Now we can't draw 7 cards anymore, though. I'll tell you that much. That will not be happening. Well, we have the Nullify and the Negate, so I don't think we have to worry too much about anything happening to our 7/7 here. Hopefully we can gain a little bit of life. Obelisk is going to come out next turn. He's got 2 open, which is distressing here. That 5/3 comes out. I can just Anger the Gods it next turn. So I'll go ahead and let this guy hit. I'll wait with my nullifies and my negates. See, that worked out pretty well because now we're going to go ahead and just negate this. Second Vapor Snag, though. So the thing I'm worried about is that he could have that card that makes me exile from my discard pile. I mean, if that happens, we're in a lot of trouble, but we're just going to have to hope that it doesn't. I'm going to go ahead and Anger the Gods here. I'll play this. I will Anger the Gods. They'll take care of that. Then I will go ahead and play my Obelisk. Obelisk will come down. It can do a lot for me. For right now, I think, to be honest, it might just gain me the life. I kind of want to go to 9 against this guy. Because he's got 7 cards right there. 8 mana. 9 life wouldn't look too bad. Doing the damage and killing this guy and everything would be really swell, but Mind Rot's 2 cards. I think we'll be getting rid of Naturalize and Swamp, because it seems like those aren't doing a whole lot to this guy. 9 would also allow me to draw with Grizzlebrand again, if I was feeling frisky. It's a very clinical deck. It's weird. So this guy can do this at instant speed, but he can't kill me with it because he only has the 4 mana left. So I'll go ahead and go up to 9 life here. Draw this Voyage's End. He can counter this Grizzlebrand, though, that's for sure. I can't start doing that damage to him, though. 2 cards in hand. Has he had counters yet? Just Vapor Snags? We'll play this Grizzlebrand. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, no counters really coming from this guy, so we'll just say go. Hopefully we'll find another win con in here somewhere. Dead Reckoning. It's interesting. Now, what card's he targeting out of here, though? Okay. What else do you have for me? Ooh, Dead Reckoning Part 2. The Re-Reckoning. What is the target of that? 5/6. I'm going to Voyage's End this young man. I'm also going to stop, though. I'm going to utilize his ability here. Okay. Sure. That should stay on the top. I like having counters. Kozilek will come on out, have a good time. Probably gonna gain the life again here. Doesn't seem too bad. Back up to 7. Kozilek's gonna go ahead and get played. Draw some cards. What else can we do here? Not much. Well, I think we get rid of the Think Twices, to be honest with you. I mean, card draw doesn't seem like too much of an issue anymore. What's going to be really depressing is if I have to ice my own Kozilek to shuffle my pile back in. But that is something that I thought of before as a contingency plan style thing. It's not really something that I want to do per se. That's a lot of cards to get rid of. I might just start doing damage to this guy's face, though. What's this? Shadowborn Demon. I will nullify that. He doesn't have enough to play the other ones, so we're just going to see this guy come out. I get to do 12 damage to him here because I'm just going to go ahead and ice this 2/2. And then, do I just win next turn? Yes, I do. So this deck did exactly what it's supposed to do. I'm going to give this guy... I'm going to make my Kozilek... I can make my Kozilek a 16. 16-16 using this. So that'd be pretty good. Right now, let's go ahead and bash in with him. Really low on cards. I'm actually not going to do that, though. I think we'll just hang back and destroy anything this guy has to play. We can gain life if we need to. I don't know if Grizzlebrand necessarily needs to be played here. We're going to burn a bunch of this guy's mana out from under him. He's only got 4 left, so the life gain doesn't even matter. There's not really anything this guy can play. He is going to try and bounce a creature back into our hand, and we don't have a way to deal with that, do we? Let's go ahead and find one. Wait, did I use all my nullifies, though? Might have. Nullify's the only creature counter I have in here. I didn't use the other one. The 3 mana. Ooh, Obelisk number 2. Do I have enough mana to do that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn it. I'm just a little bit short. Well, that's distressing. It doesn't really matter, though, because I do 3 damage with the Obelisk, and then I do 3 damage when I untap. So even if he bounces this, it doesn't make any difference at all. Nothing really made a difference after a certain point in this game. I thought I could kill you sooner. I was trying. I apologize. Obelisk's going to go ahead and do the damage to him. Then we're just going to have to untap and do it again. That guy was nice. And now we're going to go and ice him out with this. And that was the 5-color craziness. That was actually pretty enjoyable for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know how watching it is. But it is literally every removal or denial card in the format. What the impetus for this was that my 2 5-color piles were converging. They were becoming the same thing. You know, the aggro one was mellowing out a little bit, and this one was becoming a little bit more aggressive. And I said, you know what, fuck that. I want to throw out everything that's aggressive about this pile and just put in bullshit, because Obelisk really is the only card that you need to beat people. When Obelisk hits the field, you win. So what if I just ice everything my opponent has, and then once Obelisk comes out, I just win the game? And that's what you saw there, was a little taste of that. Really long matches. I don't know how much play that deck will get. God, giving that whole thing a whole week would be brutal. But thanks a lot for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this deck down in the comments. I'll play it less if you guys don't particularly like watching it, but it is a hell of a lot of fun to play. So I will at the very least do a 60 of it. Thanks again, you guys. I'll see you all next time.